Now it's all in play. Glory's call in the all-star fray. 12 dreams clash. It's the league showcase. Glory's chase. Feel the ground shake. You stand tall. Never fear the climb. All for one. And it's game time. In the stands. Hear the roaring crowds. Wearing colors. We're standing proud. 12 teams fight under the spotlight's rays. Glory's night in the all-star blaze. Sweat and toil on this hallowed turf. One will rise.
Good evening, All Stars, and welcome to your Cup quarter final evening in the inaugural All Stars Open Cup. We're down to 8 teams. 7 of those are representing one of the conferences, and we still have Seattle in there, who are the only AI team left standing in the Cup. So tonight we have Dandies against their local Fire, who obviously are in the same division, so it's a little bit of a central shoot-off for both of those teams. Pelham against the Bisons, probably the two standout teams of the, in terms of form books at the minute, probably the two standout teams, I would say. Pelham find themselves on 41 points, Bisons on 53 points, so the Vikings would be kind of wanting to be part of a Pelham and Bison sandwich there. And then we also have Short Pump Slots against the Drivetrain, who've been very, very good recently, but do have that defeat against Dandies, kind of that just blots their copybook a little bit. Otherwise, it would have been 5 or 6 on the spin. Short Pump Slots, the ever enigmatic Short Pump Slots, who've just sold the Alessandro to the local Fire for Mike Duff and Louis Saha. And of course, the news out of the All-Star Central was that Rob was the first casualty this season to the sack race. He was probably odds on at the start of the season to be that way, but as Rox said, it's a little bit of a miracle that that Rox hasn't been sacked, but Rob has. And anyway, Rob Sloth's back as manager. He's back from the dead, and let's get cracking. So we are going to kick off with the Pumas against the Bisons. This is how the Pumas go. They do just make a couple of tweaks in what is otherwise a full strength 11 rather. Clive comes into the second striker alongside Vincenzo Montella. Hasn't been anywhere near as good as Dimble would have liked, but the assists on return from injury were promising. Ronaldinho going back to his more conventional AMC position, and Agahawa on the MR, and Tato does say, fuck's sake, he's gone full strength. And we'll see just in a second that that the Bisons haven't went full strength. So over we go to the Bisons, who have rotated fairly heavily, but there's still quite a lot of quality in some key positions. So that spine still looks really, really solid in terms of Robin, Foye, and Dye and Casillas. Cordoba's obviously no mug at centre half, but definitely on these kind of width on the wing, does look a little bit weak. Although Pierre has been in some decent form for Tato with 8 goals and 2 assists, 1-1 match performance inside 10 overall appearances. So we'll get the first Cup quarter-final underway. Bison's in their horrible change kit, and yeah, I think you'd get good odds for a comprehensive. I think you get shit odds rather for a comprehensive home win here this evening. And it is Pelham with the early chances and the early pressure. And there is an early goal. Patrick Kluivert, we said he hasn't been anywhere near good enough at the start of the game, but he does score his second goal of the season, or maybe his third, actually, one in the Cup and one in the... And there is Kluivert with a brace. And there is Kluivert with a first half hat-trick. Wow. First half hat-trick from Patrick Kluivert, and Dimble will be thanking me that I've spoke so badly about his form at the start of the game, and this looks all but done by the half-time whistle. Pelham 3-0 up, having had the majority of the text, the majority of the chances, and obviously the majority of the shots on target. I was just about to say, I wonder if we'll see a half-time 10, and indeed we do, with the first half hat-trick from Patrick Kluivert. Everything else looks absolutely sound. Ronaldinho hasn't even had to do a thing in AMC. That's how good Pelham have been in that first 45 minutes. Over at the Bisons, Casillas on a 5, and Paulinho Santos, the only one rating above a 6, along with Marquez, who is becoming a little bit of a cult hero at the Bisons. So we will jump onto Bisons. You'll have seen Dimble there in the chat, giving it as is early doors. Well, I'm not really sure what Tato can be doing. He's going to sub the keeper, and that's it. And he will roll to 60. Thank you very much, boys. And we will see if Patrick Kluivert can add to his 3 and die it into the book. 48 minutes played now. Petit, Hupia playing it forward. Fine save from Westerveld. 51 minutes gone. There is Pierre. Marquez just puts it over. 55 minutes gone now. Fingertip save from Pagluka coming on. Oh, and we jumped to 85 minutes from 59 minutes. Apologies for that, boys. Danielson is on a 10. I don't think there's any point in really making any changes now. We jump from 59 minutes to 85. The CC on 76%, 76% fitness. And Tato's already said no changes at 60, what is now 85 minutes. And we'll see what Dimble wants to do, if he wants anybody to get a bit of a run out. Zauri really hasn't played much for Dimble since coming in a couple of games ago. So will he get him? And Dimble there, yeah, we jumped really, really quickly to 90 minutes. And with a click, we go to 90 minutes. Yeah, where's that? 56, 86, 95. Even the players couldn't be asked. It is a deserved victory for the Pelham Pumas and a deserved man of the match performance for Kluivert. And they really didn't have to get out of third gear, really, as of the half an hour mark. Although the Bisons did put up a little bit of a fight according to the match stats in the second half. Casillas on that 5, it'll probably be a long time before we see him starting again for the Bisons. Other than that, nothing to really shout home about, but Tato's eyes are firmly fixed on the league and playoff prize. We are going to hop over to the short pump slots against the drivetrain. Short pump slots go as is tonight. So again, it is a first choice 11 for the short pump slots, with Shivu at the back there as that one at the back. Actually, it is the injured Ayala, who still has 10 days to go, who would have been starting. Otherwise, it does look to be a full strength side for the Slothman, who is at a wedding over the next couple of days, so he's probably not going to be live. So unless anybody loses a leg or loses another limb, we won't be making any changes on his behalf. Over at the Detroit drivetrain, they do just make 2 changes. Johnny Halliday comes into that ST position, and Neil Scully comes into MC, with the rest as is for Savage. Any predictions in the chat? Let us know. But again, these are 2 more or less first strength 11s going at it toe to toe, unlike the Pelham Bisons game. So we would expect just a little bit more of a more balanced showing. But there is Rivaldo. Khan had to make a double save within the first couple of minutes, and it is Rivaldo and the front 3 of. We've got a game on our hands here. Trezeguet have pulled it back to 1-2. I was just about to say that the front 3 is definitely going to be over low, and Khan with another big save. 21 minutes played now. Nesta into the book, offside for Sloths. Salas, who's been very, very good, does have a chance. Rivaldo and Madavikia's names both being mentioned. Wingers for drivetrain, really doing their bit. Sally Hamadic, who is probably feeling the pressure of his place being up for grabs with Mike Duff coming in. Drivetrain have been clinical there, 4 shots, 4 on target with 2 goals, but being bullied in the headers game. We'll jump over to Mr. Savage first, given the chance that he's in the text. We've got 6s for Barthez and 6s for Nesta and Gianna Cheddar, Delvecchio and Johnny Halliday. The rest is looking pretty solid. Madavikia doing bits there with an assist and a 9 on the wing. Delvecchio and Scully and Rivaldo Surprising that Rivaldo's passed the ball so little, given that he was mentioned so heavily in the match text. Over at the slots, just those front three AMCs really not getting a touch of the ball. But again, there's nothing massive jumping out there, and we will not make changes. It's an as is from Savage, 54 minutes played now. And there is Scally putting the game to bed. Doesn't usually score many goals. Does he put the game to bed, though, because he was off the post. And there is Johnny Helledy on his debut, newly acquired from the Des Moines Demons. And the Drivetrain are romping their way into the All-Stars Cup quarter final. Savage, there we go. We have a second 10 of the evening, and it is for Mehdi Malivikia. It's for Rivaldo and Neil Scally. Conditions-wise, nothing significant. You would maybe imagine that Savage is potentially just going to give the likes of Peter Sand a run out, maybe potentially Edmundo. As is from the Drivetrain, they want more. We want 7 is the call. And Khan again called into action with another big save. Uliano, yellow card there, didn't catch who that was for. Short pumper trying to make a game of this. See Roberto trying to do all he can. Offside by Trezeguet, counter attack from Drivetrain. And there is the 5th. And there is Del Vecchio. Oh, and there is the Alessandro who departs from the short pump slots with a goal for his fans. And again, another really comprehensive one-sided victory there for the Drivetrain this time. The away side was probably a man of the match performance for Mehdi Malivikia. Very, very, very good. Tato calling out the short pump sloths new manager bounce that allegedly exists. I agree. I don't think it has anything to do with form in the game. So we go over to the Dandies this evening, who do play the El Loco Fire, and this is how they go. They return Jens Jeremies to that DMC position, move Keane up to that MC position, and Simkoviak gets a little bit of a diagonal arrow just to be a little bit more adventurous, given it is the Cup. But again, Dandy's choosing to go full strength. Over at the El Loco Fire, slightly different approach in that there are names in here that are either making their debut or are making kind of the second of a like kind of less frequent appearance. We've got Cabello, Kaka, and John Welsh, who haven't really seen much action. And we'll see if that pays off for Scott as he looks to book his place into the Cup final. I have seen Scotty, so Scotty, I'll come to you first for the changes, mate, given that you're not live. Best of luck, man, and let's see who will join Pelham and Drivetrain into the Cup semi-finals. Constantino with an early chance there. And a second chance there. It feels like a lot of pressure for Dandies here. Constantino has probably had 3 shots on target there, but hasn't put one of them away. Story his season so far. Torres with a half a chance doesn't put it in. And there is Constantino at his 4th time of asking. Puts the ball in the back of the net as the Dandies look to capitalise and go 2-0 off. Cafu with a few chances. The first strength, full strength 11 of Dandies just proving a little bit too much for a local Fire here. Lizarazu, Roy Keane, and there is Roy Keane. Oh, it's been disallowed. Simkoviak with that Diagaro. His run just takes him beyond the last defender, and the offside flag goes up. A local Fire struggling to really create anything there. Dandies having chances, but really not being clinical, and more importantly, Constantino having 5 of those, which really did feel like it in the text, and actually only managing to get 3 on target and scoring 1. That really is not good enough from a striker who was meant to be first choice. Over at the local Fire, just a spate of 6s and 7s, really. Conditions wise, nothing to worry about. But like we said, this is a rotated 11. And so it'll be interesting to see if Scott brings anybody on to kind of try and restore that to Revo West, not really covering himself in glory there with a 6. Will Rustico come on? Really clear and quick changes from Scotty. Appreciate it, mate. Smith for Torres. Hersey for Cabello. And I'm assuming that's a roll, Scott. If you could just let us know, my man. Or a done. Just so I don't skip ahead, bud. Just going to give you a couple of more seconds there, Scotty. Okay. Haven't got it done from you there, mate. So I'm just gonna roll. If that's all right, I'll give you a couple of more seconds. Okay, gonna roll. as the changes look to have an impact for their local Fire. Ian Hart does get a chance. Free kick from Ian Hart, 56 minutes played. Feel like Dandies just need the seconds here because of the way that they do concede goals. Free kick to Dandies as we reach 60 minutes. We'll jump over to their local Fire first. Igor Tudor's doing his bit with an 8 at DMC. Conditions wise, 88% and 89% for the local Fire for Tudor and Kaka. And again, just a couple, too many sixes in there, probably from some key players in key positions. Van der Vaart really being ineffectual from the MC position, and we'll see if Scotty wants to do anything. Probably an extension of the Arrows, maybe a 2 up top with 1 AMC behind, but we will come back to him to get his message. Over to the Dandies. We are going to go Ronaldo from Penza, and we'll go Roy Keane. We'll go Patasoglu for Roy Keane. And that is what we will do, and we'll just take off the arrow from Simkoviak, try and be a little bit more conservative. Janino for Van der Vaart, and done. Fantastic. And we'll roll to 90 minutes. Wish you the best of luck, Scotty, as the Dandies look to get the job done. Back has a dip with his second shot of the game. Archie back with another chance, doesn't put it in the back of the net. Are the Dandies going to rue these chances? They probably are, given how bad they've been defensively all season. A local Fire still in this game, and there is a penalty, and Ian Hart draws the local Fire level absolutely out of nowhere, and it feels as though it's all a local Fire all of a sudden. Are they going to get the win? They're going to get the sucker punch. Constantinu with a diving header doesn't put it to bed. On there is Archie back. Is it going to be allowed? It is going to be allowed. Archie back with the 90th minute winner against a reserve local Fire. The Dandies really looking as though they made hard work of that, given the imbalance of the 2-11s. And it is the Dandies who prosper through to the Cup semi-finals. No 10s in this performance, but an Archie back 8 with a man of the match performance with the captain's armband. He does his bit, although I can't really see why he's got the captain's armband, why he's got the man of the match performance, potentially because of the winning goal. And over to the local Fire, whose substitutes did try. They weren't really effective, but from about that 70 minutes onwards, it did look as though the local Fire were good value for the equaliser and potentially could have went on to win it. So unlucky there, Scotty, mate, as that young side continues to grow. The Des Moines Demons, they're playing the only AI team left in the competition, and we do have a doctor in the house tonight with the captain's armband. Always good to see. Rotated 11, you'd say, but again, as he's playing the AI, that is definitely something you can get away with. And we'll see if we can have the Des Moines Demons joining Pelham Drivetrain and also the Dandies into the Cup semi-finals. Not sure off the top of my head if the Cup semi-finals are 2-leggeds or 1-leggeds in this All-Stars League. Who the fuck knows how the Cups run? Des Moines Demons with a lot of pressure here. 36 minutes in, nudge there. Dr. Kamalo, Zizi Roberts, who you'd think is the archetypal AI bully striker up top there. Seattle also doing their bit to try and get amongst it, and they have had chances, but the Des Moines Demons have had 4 times as many chances and nearly 4 times as many on target, but just haven't really took those chances. And it is Zizi Roberts and Romoshenko, who is a very, very cult horsey player, not really doing anything from AMC with the chances he's had. I think it's probably likely we see, I'd love to see Rovnienko on one of those AMLs and AMR's positions for him, and potentially I think we could see Mido at 60 minutes, but Horse holds his nerve and we go to 60. Chance for Seattle, and he just puts it wide. Chance for Zizi Roberts, and he just puts it wide. Is this going to be a bit of a is it going to be? Yeah, no worries, Scott. I thought you must have been kind of multitasking, mate. Is this going to be a bit of a nervy 25 minutes for the Des Moines Demons? Condition-wise, nothing significant, although John McCartney and Dr. Kamalo are both on 87% with Mustafa on 86. Match ratings-wise, Romoshenko on a 6, Wojciechowski on a 6, Kamalo on a 6. I would be very surprised if we don't see Mido and potentially Lusenhoff coming on, I think. But Rovnienko from McCarthy, I'd love to see that. Love Rovnienko. Really, really cheap, young, versatile, quality wing back that you can get for just about anybody early on in the game. And we'll see what horse he wants to do. So Chosky off for Rovnenko, brilliant. Mido for Romchenko. And a blimey preceded that message, so probably gives you an indication that horsey's a little bit frustrated that they oh, there is Mido. Oh, 1 count. Mido was offside. Those love an offside Mido. As 75 minutes have been played and Des Moines Demons are yet to break the deadlock. 85 minutes played. 3 minutes gone now. Mustafa. Luis Enrique has a chance, but puts it wide. And the Des Moines Demons have only had 4 chances in that second half to add to their half-time tally. Kamuna with a 10. It will be the 4th 10 of the evening if we were to get it. As Tato cheers on the Seattle Sounders. Horsey really hasn't got many options on there. Hasn't got many options on that bench. Let's just have a look at what Seattle are playing. So they're playing no DMC with 3 at the back. And we'll see what the Des Moines Demons want to do. I'd quite like this to get the penalties. I'm not going to lie. Quite like to get this to get the penalties. And just remember, Horsey, I know you will know this because you're the rules king, but this will be your last chance to change anything. There'll be no changes from here on in until the game is concluded. I also don't know if it's golden goal in the cup. It would be absolutely bizarre if it wasn't golden goal in the cup, but the league was. Coffee off for Donovan, AMR. There we go. Fantastic. Lovely. Brilliant. Best of luck to you, Horsey, mate. Hopefully you can join us in the semi-finals. But also, I think the neutrals are cheering on the Seattle Sounders. Big save from the Seattle keeper. Oh, free kick. 96 minutes played. There is Seattle pressure coming. Donovan puts it over the bar. Oh, and Albright. What the hell's his name? Chris Albright has just scooped one over from a couple of yards out as we get to half-time. Another 2 chances for the Des Moines Demons. As Seattle really are putting up a bit of a fight here. Are we going to get the penalties? Miro blasted at the top corner. Luis Enrique is cleared off the line. Albright again. Oh, it's penalties. It's penalties. Horse, let me know if you want to select your penalty takers. What about this for cup excitement? Yeah, Savage making a really good point that it's 18-10 and no goals. Who is their keeper? Well, the keeper's going to need to have a blinder in the shootout, as is. And we'll go to fast as Seattle. Brian West tucks it in the back of the net. Mondragon didn't move. ZZ Roberts. ZZ Roberts has missed. He's missed. He's put it wide of the post. O'Brien scores for Seattle. Seattle have the advantage. Mondragon, keeper, saved. Saved. Mondragon took the second penalty and Des Moines Demons are heading out of the cup. He sent it wide. The Des Moines Demons miss all 3 of their penalties and they don't go into the semi-finals of the cup, and Drivetrain, Pelham and the Dandies will be licking their lips at the opportunity of playing an AI opponent in the semis. So unlucky Mega Horse, but you've definitely served up the who is their keeper? Mark Doughty. I mean, he looks absolutely gash. We've had 27 shots and it's ended up 0-0. And even after 20 years, the game continues to offer up absolute surprises. And Horse making a really good point that 181 definitely isn't an AI beater. Well, I don't think it's been tested enough probably against the AI to see it. But yeah, that was a really bizarre result. And the 3 penalty misses are a little bit mental. So we do get to the classifieds tonight with the Dandies going through, having beat Savage. Seattle already got the humans running scared. Savage not wanting them. Dandies beat a local fire 2-1, but left it late with an Archie back goal. Pelham were comprehensively the victors against St Domingo's Bisons with the first half Clive hat-trick. Seattle, we've just seen that mighty penalty shootout victory from Seattle against the odds, and the drivetrain absolutely bummed the pants of Short Pump Sloths. So will it let me show the draw from the cup? Let's have a little look. Will it draw the cup? And we can draw the cup live. Let me just save that, and then if it advances beyond the cup without the draw, 2 seconds. It does that when I save it. Just give us 2 seconds, boys. There we go. We'll see if the cup draw is live, and if it goes through too far with the cup draws, then we'll just, oh, there we go, semi-final cup draw. So this is where we need Graham Simonton. Horse, can you dial in? So the first team out of the semi-final draw, it is Pelham, and Pelham will play Fuck Off Dandies, and Drivetrain will play Seattle, and that is the fixtures for the cup semi-final, which will be played. Sorry, I fucking hate sharing the screen when I've saved the game, lads. Which are going to be played on the 21st of August. So in terms of league fixtures, that is 1, 2, 3, 4 fixtures away. 4 fixtures away in terms of the league. There's a couple of deals I need to get done, and yeah, I'll upload the save, and it'll be Dimble on Friday night. Team submissions into the Twitter as normal. I'll set up the save, and Dimble will just have to log on, press play, and away he goes. Great cup entertainment, that, lads. Cheers for your time, and good night.